And well, just to ask me what the series that I've been making right now. And if you've been wondering for long enough on this channel, you may have going to notice something that I've been talking about many times in every beginning of the intro. So, if you're a new viewer here, or you're a new subscriber, or if you came from a vacation on YouTube, or you're any external sites that you have visited and you find this video, so you are right, you have made the right choice to watch this video. So welcome to your weekly dose of reviewing stuff. Which, in case if you didn't know, if you're a new viewer here, the series right here is basically a consist of me doing a review on random stuff that I bought or I could find around my house. So it's basically a consist of the bunch of reviews on random stuff. So nothing really special here. And the series right here is going to be vary from like the shortest to the longest, which if I remember correctly, the longest video that I have made on this weekly dose of reviewing stuff is the video where I have reviewed Samsung Galaxy A7 2016. So which is still in the new playlist of this weekly dose of reviewing stuff. And speaking of a playlist, if you want to check out both the new and the old playlist, which I have both the links in the description for those playlists, or if you want to check out my former self or my What is that? What are you talking about? And speaking of a playlist, I have both the links in the description both for the new and the old playlist, or if you want to check out my past self or my former self or what I've been before I made this weekly dose of reviewing stuff, you can go check it out in the old playlist, which right now it has to consist of 70 videos and it doesn't even have any updates from ever since. And if you're trying to check out my current self or my new self, you can go check that out in the new playlist if you want to. So you can go feel free to check out the both playlist, or you can either choose the new or the old playlist. So it depends on you now. Feel free to go check them out. So what am I going to review for this new episode right here? But since I have run out of ideas. But since I'm going to bring back the old stuff that I have reviewed in the past, but this time I'm going to give that to the Nokia 3310 4G. Wait, I did have a review about this already in my older episodes. But well, you know what? This Nokia 3310 4G right here, I have made a review about this in the video called my Aunt's Coffee Fetish Review, which in that video, it was basically consist of three things, which the one of them is bring the Nokia 3310, otherwise the dead iPhone 5 and the fake Xiaomi Mi watch. And that's really it. And so what am I going to do with it? You guessed it from the title of the video right here on the bottom of this video. And that's right, I'm going to make a video challenge with this thing. So what will happen if I'm going to use a Nokia 3310's camera to record my videos? And well, this is going to be some kind of an experimental with the video quality going on here. But since this is going to be an experiment, so the video quality, it might be vary between the low and the high. But this one right here, it can take the video at 352 by 288, which is only the fixed quality that you might going to expect on Nokia 3310 4G feature phone. And well, speaking of a video challenge, what will happen if I'm going to use its camera to record my vids? So let's find that out in this video of this, shall we? And before we get into anything more about the video challenge with the Nokia 3310 4G camera, so first of all, I'm going to take you a little brief look at the Nokia 3310 4G feature phone right here. So first of all, which I'm going to take a look is on the front. So first of all, on the front right here, you will get the screen, which I guess it has a resolution of 320 by 240, but it looks pretty high resolution, to be honest, not gonna lie. Either way, for the 220 by 240 resolution on this, which it looks really high quality, not gonna lie, for a 240p display. But aside for a 240p display, you got the numbering keypad and the 4 directional buttons, and as well as some buttons that you might going to expect from the feature phone. And well, on the top you get a little tiny ear gun on there, which is really cute, and along with the Nokia logo right there. And on the side, it's nothing, absolutely nothing. And there's nothing on the bottom. And when you look closely at the number keypad right there, you will see the hole of the number 8 button right there, which this is the exact location where the microphone would sit in, which is basically just a little pinhole there for the microphone. And otherwise, the size is nothing at glance at all. But on the top, you will get a headphone jack and the micro USB for charging. And on the back right there, you will get a camera, which it has a 2 megapixel photo quality and the video quality 352 by 288, and the flash, which is only for taking photos and videos in the dark, or you can use it as a flashlight. And you got a speaker right there. And if I open up this flap right here, you can access through the battery, your SIM card, and your micro SD card, which you can only put one SIM and the micro SIM at the same time. So there is no dual SIM, there is no one SIM or dual SIM, whatever. But despite it still has a SIM in there, but although it doesn't even work anymore. Or otherwise, you will get only a 1 slot of your SIM card and your 1 slot for your micro SD card, and that's it. So there's no dual SIM on this thing. And there's no secondary SIM slot either. It's just a micro SD card and the SIM that you can run at the same time, and that's it. So nothing really special here about this Nokia 3310 4G feature phone. And alright, so let's check out the camera on this thing without any further ado, or without any further hesitation. So first of all, right here, when you see the camera right here, you might have going to notice that so this is actually what I might going to expect from a feature phone back then. You wouldn't get any much settings that you can set in the viewfinder. And this thing right here, unfortunately, it doesn't even have a guideline. And you're kind of stuck with this pure viewfinder that you might going to expect for the feature phone back then. And okay, so speaking of the camera settings right here, so when I go to the settings right here, you will get a gallery, you would get some camera settings right there, which can set the exposure, you can set the contrast, you can set the brightness if you don't want to use the flash on this thing, and you get the white balance. And aside from the white balance, you got the night mode in the photo, which what it actually does is just going to make a slow shutter when there's a dark area and takes a photo, and that's it. So, but there's not much settings that you can set here in the camera. And you also got the flash, which you can turn that on or off if you want to, and I'm not going to get into the deep detail that much. And you got some effects right here. You can set it to normal, you can set it to negative, you can set it to sepia, which is what it looks like. You can set it to red, yellow I guess, you can set it to green, you can set it to blue, grayscale, and back to normal. So nothing really special here for the effects. Timer, which can set up to 10 seconds there, and for the burst, which can set up to 6 shots of continuous shots. And that's really it. And otherwise, you got the high quality settings right there, which what it actually does, it just makes no difference. It's just going to make, and which is just going to make the photo look even more high quality than what it was. Otherwise, if you turn that off, it's just going to make it low quality. And for the shutter sound, which I have turned on just in case. And otherwise, you got a selfie, which is just going to turn on the cell timer by default. And otherwise, it's the same thing. And here's the video viewfinder right here. So there is not much any other settings that I can set in the video mode. But otherwise, you got the video light, which what it actually does is just going to turn on the flashlight, and that's it. So you got only a video light setting, and that's it. So there's no way that it can turn on the video light during video recording. And first you have to stop the video and then go back to the settings and turn that on. So there's no way that it can turn on and off the video light during video recording. So unfortunately, and you got the effects, which is the same thing as always. And the camera setting wise, the same thing. You got exposure, contrast, brightness, and the white balance, and that's it. So there's not much settings that you can set on this camera of the Nokia 3310 4G feature phone. Alright, so that's basically it for the camera wise on this Nokia 3310. But though I think from what the video quality of what is supposed to be in the viewfinder, You might going to think that it's going to be like a 320 by 240, right? But in the reality, it actually records a video in 352 by 288, which it has a slightly better quality than the 240p. But for a 288p, well, this is what you're gonna expect from this Nokia 3310 4G feature phone. And otherwise, there's not much settings that I can talk about on the camera of this Nokia 3310. But except, instead of a photo, I'm going to do a video on this thing. So, for the challenge. Alright, so hopefully for the next day, I'm going to get this thing to a real challenge. And the camera isn't focusing. Alright, it does focus. Alright, so that was basically it for a little brief look at the Nokia 3310 and its camera. So for the next day, I'm going to record a real challenge with the Nokia 3310 right here at the quality of 352 by 288. So, and what it's gonna looks like for the video, well, you might have guessed it, it's going to be horrendous. So, and this video right here is going to be an experimental. So, it mostly depends on what the video quality that you're facing. So, and get ready for the low quality madness from this camera right here. And without any further ado, let's take a video challenge with the Nokia 3310 4G feature phone camera. And without any further ado, let's get the video challenge started, boys. And what even is this? Alright, so with everything all set up, and you can see that right now I'm recording a video on a Nokia 3310 4G, and you can see that the camera of this thing right here, it looks so horrendous as what the way it is, where I get this thing to review back in that app. And okay, so what am I going to do here? So just like what I said in the title of the video, I'm going to make a video challenge of this, and to see of what the video would turn out to be. So, and here's what it is. So, alright, so I'm going to pretend it to be that I'm making all the episodes of the reviewing stuff where I do like the normal stuff that I would do. But except for the item that I'm going to do this for the demonstration, which I choose this one right here, the forgotten item of the entire review. And you can see that this is an ND variable filter right here, which has a size of 52mm in diameter. And this thing right here, it was supposed to be the one of the things that I put into the vote back in the days before the video of the F9 was released, and followed by the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1 with the new Android on it, if I remember correctly. And this thing right here, somehow, it didn't get into the vote and nobody was voting for it. So, that's why this item right here, somehow it got long forgotten and nobody would actually going to review this thing anymore. So that's why I'm going to bring back this forgotten piece of the reviewing stuff right here to the review. So, but this time I use this Nokia 3310 to record all of this. So, alright, so what I'm going to do, let's pretend to be one of the new episodes of the videos of reviewing stuff, but while I have my Nokia 3310 be recorded through all of this. So, and without any further ado, let's take the challenge started. And back to the Sony Xperia XA1, my current YouTube camera that I've been using to film all of this. So what do I think of the camera of this thing right here? So, and I'm gonna say for the video quality throughout this thing right here, which I'm gonna say for this video challenge right here, I got a conclusion to this thing is that this thing right here is still horrendous as what it is. So although for the horrendous video quality, but at glance I thought there will be like the hidden setting for set the video resolution, but hey, I couldn't find it anywhere. But for the photos, it doesn't even have anything either, and the only thing that I would expect is only this option right here, which is just makes no difference. But although it makes the picture look like a native 1.9 megapixel quality or something, but if I set it to high quality, it will become more 8-bit pixelated when you zoom in onto the pictures that were taken with this thing. But the most of the time, I don't even use the camera of this thing that much, but the only way that I can achieve the best video quality from all of this is only through its native resolution that this camera was using. But although there is no other settings that I can set on this Nokia 3310 for the video, but at last I think there will be like the hidden settings in the gallery or something, but I couldn't find it anywhere unfortunately. But although I would kind of like stuck with this 288p on the video recording and the 1.9 megapixel for the photo mode, which this is the only thing that you might going to expect from the feature phone like this one, the Nokia 3310 4G. So, but for the otherwise, this thing right here, it doesn't even have the setting to set the wireless video quality or the photo quality, and it couldn't set to the lowest quality either. This is the fixed quality camera. And the only thing that we might going to expect is only the adjustment for the photo and video. And that's it. Nothing else much to say about this Nokia 3310 camera. But from the other way that I can get use of this is only playing games on this. If I was bored enough, I'm going to play a legendary snack game from the old days of the Nokia 3310. But for otherwise, everything looks good and I'm not going to expect anything all over again. So, but for the flashlight, it does work, but it is extremely bright. Somehow the flashlight of this thing, it creates a bullseye effect, which what it looks like. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. So you see, here's what it looks like for the flashlight when it's actually shined through the table right here. But somehow it's a basic bullseye effect, and I think it's probably due to the shape of the flashlight on this thing right here. It's having like a yellow filter in there, but when I turn on the flashlight of this thing, it's just going to look like this bullseye effect. But it actually creates a pretty cool effect of the flashlight. But I think for the most of the camera these days, the only thing that you might going to expect is the clear amount of light that's coming from the LED flash of your phone. And okay, so I'm going to take my conclusion right here. So from my video challenge that I have done with this, so this thing right here is still horrendous as what the way it is. It's still horrendous, and the microphone, you know, it still record at a really low bit rate. And well, but of course it's just some little tiny microphone right there on the numpad 8. And well, but that's what's for only doing calls or something, and it's not meant to be made for audio recording or video recording. So, but for otherwise, the internet on this thing doesn't work anymore. But since they cut off the signal, but even though it still have a SIM card in there, so but they actually literally cut off the signal. But since nobody will actually pay the money over this feature phone anymore, but that's why I couldn't get the internet test to work on this thing. So you see that? It still has Opera Mini on there, but even though it's not working, and I kind of break the phone. So it just says installing, and that's it. I had to restart the phone again. So okay, so that was basically it for the video challenge that I have with this Nokia 3310 4G from 2017. But this thing right here is 6 years old now. But although for the feature phone like this is actually what you're gonna expect for the really low quality camera that you can get on this phone. But this thing right here, since it's actually not meant to be made to be a real feature phone that you can watch YouTube on this, or you can do stuff like what all the other smartphones have, like my Xperia or my personal phone like this one. These were called the smartphones, but this one right here, they are called the feature phones. But since there's not much anything that you can do here, so and the only thing that I would going to get use of this is only using the camera or playing games on this one, on this Nokia 3310 4G, that it doesn't even do anything from now on. Okay, so that was basically it for the video challenge, and I have to tell my conclusions about this. I gotta say, this thing is still horrendous as what the way it is from that video where I reviewed this thing, if you remember from the beginning. Okay, so that was basically it for the video challenge with the Nokia 3310 4G, a 6-year-old feature phone. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as well, don't forget to leave us a like, comment, and also the most importantly is to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I do appreciate that. And then I will see you guys later in the next video, where I'm going to do more hearty content like this for you guys. And well, and Just like what I said, as always, don't forget to leave us a like, comment, or consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. That helps a lot. And this is get dirty. Okay, so that was it for this video, and we'll see you guys there in the next video. Bye.